Hello, everybody, and welcome to the throes of the after show when we get to talk more in depth with our cast, get to know them more personally and their thoughts on what you guys have been watching up to this point. Today, talking about Arc 5, or am I dumb?
The fifth, no, you're right.
You're right.
You got that. Nailed it.
We're on the same page.
Really bad prep, otherwise would have been really irrelevant.
Just talking about something random. I'm like, you guys remember the Summit Stadium?
Oh,
That was crazy.
remember Session Zero?
What?
We had a session.
The Lost Session?
Lost session.
We don't talk about that.
Last
When we
episode.
did Lost
Temple.
Dude. And you'll never get to see that.
So sad.
You literally, it's
Sorry,
gone.
guys.
It's gone forever. I wanted to start things off a little differently today. I thought it'd be interesting. I thought it'd be fun
Scared.
to do stuff crazy and get all of you guys' heads in the game for an interview today. So there's going to be some quick fire questions that we're
Do we have
doing.
a buzzer?
A lot of them are going to be for all of you at the same time. So if you see my hand up like this, that means everyone answer. I don't care if nobody can understand the words you're saying.
Okay.
I just want you to answer as fast as you possibly can.
Okay.
And then when I point at you, only you answer. And it still has to be as fast as you can. So just so you guys know beforehand, this, and I'm gonna lock eyes, is gonna be Austin, since it's a crazy bias. Austin, John, Hannah,
That's the order? Or
Thanks for remembering that.
Hannah,
Thank you.
Michaela. Okay, so when I lock eyes with you,
me.
I'm gonna be like,
yeah, when I lock eyes with you and point, you're the only person who is going to answer the question. When my hand is up, everyone answer as fast as you can.
What if I just look away?
At the same time.
I can't see.
Yeah, at the same time. Those questions,
shout.
you'll understand why those questions don't really matter.
Okay.
But you have to, it just has to be the first thing that comes to your head.
Improv rules.
Okay? First thing that
It's
comes
not
to your
gonna
head.
be good, guys.
So,
Buckle up.
is everybody ready for,
Ready? Is everybody ready?
is everybody ready?
Whip.
Your hands up. Yes.
Ready, Captain.
The quick fire round.
Yes.
Woohoo.
What is your character's name?
All of them.
Hilarious.
What is your... we're going to start over. You are going to choose one of the NPCs that you play right now. Choose one of the NPCs that you
I
play.
said everyone.
Just a favorite one. Just choose your favorite NPC.
Got it.
Yeah, whatever it is, just choose that one. That's how you're going to answer.
Cover that.
Okay, let me make sure that... until it's about you.
Okay, until it's...
So just choose any.
I'll delineate.
Choose any.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
And then we'll go. Oh, I flirted that. Okay. What is your character's name?
Hilarious.
Ted Youngmore.
What is your class?
Druid. Architecture.
Baron.
Arlen's Coffee or the proper Nare?
Arlen's Coffee.
Okay. In or camping?
In.
Camping.
Dalen or us?
You guys.
Oh, travel or teleportation?
Teleportation.
Transportation.
Comedy
Travel.
or drama?
Comedy.
Drama.
Cat form or human form?
Cat form.
Ooh, accent or no accent?
Accent.
No accent.
No accent.
Who's your favorite character?
Rain.
Ooh,
I have an accent.
I said.
we've learned a little bit.
As Zed Youngmore, yeah.
We've learned a little bit. Oh, as Youngmore. Okay,
I'm Zed
fair.
Youngmore.
Fair.
Or was this an Austin question? I thought you
It
were...
was an Austin question. But
I thought it was like in
that's why-
character, in universe.
That's why I was like, I flipped this.
Now you're fine, kid.
Because I was like, who's your favorite character? Pick your favorite
Who am
character.
I?
And then I was like,
Oh, tell
I
me.
wrote, who's your favorite NPC? So now both of those he already chose. And it was supposed to be like a,
Yeah.
who is my favorite character
Uh-huh.
kind of situation.
Couldn't.
But I
Can't catch
Rapid fire.
absolutely-
Can't catch me.
Dude, I rapid fired myself. I'm the one who flipped.
Whoa.
What's your name?
Me or character?
Character.
It's open-ended.
Drayden.
What class is he?
Fighter.
Camping or in?
Camping. That was Justin saying that. That was, I like camping. That was Justin saying that.
Fisticuffs or kicks?
Fisticuffs, dude.
Not a kicker?
I used to be a kicker, but now it hurts my legs.
Sylvester or Malika?
Sylvester.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, this is news.
Spicy.
Good.
Dude, don't turn it around on me. We're gonna get don't turn it around on me. We're gonna get some questions. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with John, because I feel like I've picked on Hannah enough as the starting person.
Thank you.
I don't even remember if that's the case, but I feel like I've done it. Because she's always like, I don't know what
Thank
to
you.
do. I don't know what to answer. So I just say you first. So
You're picking on
John,
me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take it.
It felt like you couldn't take it when you said that. You decided to take an audience with Yasil. All right.
Ooh.
And I was personally wondering, and I would like to get your take
What were
on
you
this,
thinking?
of the impetus that you had for taking an audience with Yasil. I know that we were talking with a bunch of the different barons, because it could have huge implications in our future. We don't know yet. But you went in to talk to one of the big bads who we didn't necessarily have to talk to. What was the impetus for you?
Two things. Curiosity. I'm a cat, so curiosity.
Well, what does curiosity do to cats?
You already know.
So continue, sorry.
what brings
But
it
the
back?
real impetus being that I felt like there was a missing piece of the puzzle that needed to be revealed in terms for, like, in order for us to make an educated decision about who we were going to side with. I didn't think that we would side with Yasil. I just think that, like, if we had whatever information he could give us, that it would make choosing one of the other barons easier or clearer if we were going to choose to side with somebody else. There was really not a good reason to go talk. I'm throwing that out there. The audience are like, why? What? No. There was no good reason to go and talk to him. That's why I'm going to lean into the curiosity killed the cat part.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you think when it comes to something like that in improvised D&D, if you realize as you're going that you might not have had the biggest reason to, or a story beat might not be as important in your head, what do you do as a player to try to increase the stakes for a scene? We all work on making sure our scenes are very high stakes. So if you're in that position and it's like, why am I actually here? What goes through your head to increase stakes, make it an important scene that can have a trajectory forward?
Yeah, particularly going into that scene with him, my idea was I already know this is a bad guy, and so I'm not going to give him any information that he could use against us. So I am going to 100% commit to lying from the outset, because I've already determined, and our group determined, we are not on his side. I was nervous though because I have a -1 to charisma. Therefore, any deception rolls, but that's okay because the throws of fate matter, and I rolled it 20, so it's all good. It worked out.
But you have to help the fates a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I do. We
You
always
gotta
lean
put
into the
yourself
fates. It makes
into
it
a
for good
position where the
story.
fates can be on your side.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's fair.
But it felt like they were cutting your thread, the fates were.
A little bit, yeah. I was definitely nervous for my own life getting out of there, and then also he's like, "Who else read this letter?" And I'm like, "My companions,
Everyone.
everybody that you don't know."
There was a lot of complexity in the story. Like I was saying, we talked to a bunch of the different barons. Well, we talked to all the barons. So Austin, not necessarily from the creation of the web of barons, but we had a very complex fight during this last arc in the menagerie.
Yes.
And I was wondering, from your perspective as a GM for us, do you approach that from a position of we're getting better as players, so you want to increase the complexity of the fights for us? Or are you wanting for yourself to have really fun, really complex fights, or just change things so that you're expanding your knowledge of how to GM fights like that?
You could say point in all three. I would say in general, I try to approach fights as puzzles, where it is, okay, this situation has multiple different avenues and routes. Menagerie in particular, like, had a lot of different routes, a lot of different ways it could have gone, and ways that I wasn't expecting them to go. But in general, I try to set up with fights a puzzle of this thing you are fighting interacts with at least one or two of you in a unique way that either highlights or diminishes your role, which forces others to either take a step back or take a step forward. And it is identifying what is the strategy, who is the highlight. But then there's also, like, I can have a plan of, like, if you guys go to plan, if you guys do what I know you're capable of doing, then this is what I think will happen. And then one of you will just pull out a spell or do a thing, like, you know, going into the middle of the room and fighting stuff. Not when you expect it. So, can't really account for that. You know, happens. In general, though, I do try to approach it as puzzles because I also I want it to be engaging for the audience, but I also want it to be engaging for the players. You guys are feeling out what's about to happen. Of these 3 or 4 creatures, this one's the damage dealer, but this one's doing something or cooking something up, and I don't know what that is. And do we have to stop that now, or do we take down the big damage dealer, or do we take down the tank that's distracting us? Who do we target? What do we do? Do we divvy up? Do we gang up? And I think that's where the most fun is. It's because you guys have to figure out in real time. It's not just, here's the thing, go kill it. It is, here's the thing, and here are these 3 other variables that you got to solve for the thing to actually be dead.
And you're a gamer when it comes to video gamer, TTRPG, board game, all that kind of stuff. So there are inbuilt rules that I follow because I play so many JRPGs. So I always go through a specific set because they're almost always the same. I go for the people that are casting up spells on the damage dealers because I don't want them to increase their defense or their attack. I go for the distance attackers because I don't want to keep getting pinged by them when I can't do anything. There's specific ways you usually go about fights in video games.
Yes.
Do you do your best to sometimes follow those rules, but then flip them because you know your players might have those in them? You know that I will go after it in JRPG style, so you don't want me to necessarily beat up something that you don't want to have the exact same puzzle pieces that I'm used to.
I use the intelligence of the creatures to determine how tactically strong I can be. It's almost like the intelligence of the creature sets how hard I can game against y'all. Okay. If it's an intelligence 2 beast or something like that, then it's simply just going to be who hit me last. Whoever hit me last, I'm going to go for you because you're the one who most recently hit me. But if you fight someone that has a high intelligence, either human level or above, they will identify, you might be hiding, but you're doing something right now, and that's messing with me. So they'll go for you, or you're casting this big spell. And so the intelligent fighters will be like, let's knock you out. Yes, you're punching me, but you're the one shooting me with a gun, basically. Yeah. Let's get the gun out of here. I'll deal with you after.
Yeah.
So I typically use intelligence as the barometer of what's the difficulty going to be on top of the health and the damage and everything.
Yeah, I guess intelligence and other things, if one of the enemies is very proficient in magic, then they would understand when someone has a concentration spell up that is helping the whole team. So they'd probably go after that person to try to knock the concentration down.
Agreed. Yep, 1000%.
Nice. Yeah, I always wanted to know how you went about, and I've asked you so many questions about how you set up fights, different things like that, but I wanted to know if you're just flexing your muscles for yourself, or if you're always going in and wanting to increase the fights for us as we get more and more acquainted with our new levels, all of our new spells when we remember them, and things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't look at me. Don't even look at me.
That was my bad.
Hey guys, playing a cleric is really, really hard. It's a big spell book, okay?
I try to also, when I say it's like push you forward or pull you back, oftentimes, especially whenever you have a new level of you guys have new things to do. So on top of that, I get to give you harder creatures because they can take more punches. They get to do more, I think, narratively or thematically interesting things than when you're level 1 or level 2, it's goblins, it's pretty basic martial stuff. As you guys see, you guys get to fight creatures who can hit harder, or you can think smarter than you and can have more resources than you. And I think the higher levels you go, the more levers and buttons I get to push of, all right, great. You guys, you beat up the big beast back there. What are you going to do about the 5 people who are behind him now? Good luck. Here we go. So it is a lot more fun, I think, hopefully for the audience too, but especially on my end of getting to throw these more complicated puzzles at you. It feels like, you mentioned video games, it feels like I get to ascend level of complexity of level 1, level 2. Yes, they're fun. They're tutorial levels though. Level 6, level 9, level 11, that's going to be the ones that go, what?
It's going to be too many spells for me to remember.
Yeah, eventually. But that's where it's every fight becomes a higher level difficulty, which I think you guys are then prepared and equipped for, because the things you learned from previous fights of Alis can't Alis will be up in the trees and things. But what happens whenever I throw in a tree stalker and then Alis is isolated alone? What do these two do? What do you do? That's where it gets to
climb.
Yeah, go. So yeah, it becomes an ever evolving chess game. I think of I get to throw something at you, you throw back at me your tactic. Great, next tactic. I throw this at you. You got to switch it up. What do you do?
Yeah, it's gonna be terrifying the day that you accidentally go a little too hard. You go stockfish on us in a chess match instead of PlayStation. Dude, calm down. Don't look at the camera like that. Don't zoom in on him. Please don't.
Zoom in.
Don't zoom in. Hannah, since you're trying to be over here and say zoom in and stuff, then we're going to pick on you.
Do it.
Oh, next, you have a big connection backstory-wise to the Shulks, specifically South Shulk. So when we were trying to decipher and understand if we were going to help with reunification of the Shulks or not, I don't have much of a connection. Drayden doesn't have much of a connection. You also have a lot of a connection too, to a certain extent. And you don't have any connection to
Never heard
the
of it.
Shulks either.
Nope.
But when you were in those delineations and talks about if there should be reunification, what South Shulk would be if they came together, if there would be subservience in any way, what did that mean to you as a character with being able to have a better understanding than some people, maybe having to describe to me more what my opinions aren't necessarily based in any reality.
Right. Well, I feel like the Shulks are so different. Like South Shulk is completely the opposite of North Shulk. So if there was any sort of like reunification, I think ideally what Celeria would want would be for South Shulk to kind of like absorb North Shulk, but it seems like North Shulk's like pretty independent and like there's a lot going on, a lot of political tension. So that would be very hard to actually happen.
I think money-wise, it'd be difficult for South Shulk to
political
take
intrigue
North
and
Shulk.
everything. Like, it would just be like a lot. That would be like an ideal scenario because ultimately, like, she doesn't agree with everything in North Shulk. But since that probably can't happen, like, a reunification would probably be, what is it? Not what she wants.
How did it inform your character? Because you've talked about it in the past that it's a fun experience for you to learn more and more about your character as we play. Not necessarily have everything beated out through a backstory, but that's something that would weigh heavily on you because your father lives in South Shulk. So during those conversations, did that inform how you feel about politics, how you feel about all the different intrigue? If the Barons take over, then your dad might have to work a certain type of way to suck up to them. Did that help you with your characterization?
I don't know specifically because I didn't really think too much about like how it would like affect her, but like looking at it that way and like, you know, how it would potentially affect like her future and like her father and everything, that does shed some light on it as well. So yeah, unification would not be in her books for that because she wants to protect her father at all costs and she likes her life in South Shulk as it is now. And as sad as it is for like everything that happened in North Shulk, like it's just like not something that she thinks would be good, especially given, wasn't it like the ghost that we met wasn't that because of the North Shulk people? Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, no.
Burned it to the ground.
No, we don't like
So
the
she
Northerners.
wanted us to do
Burn
North
it.
to the ground.
And now I'm kind of leaning towards like let's set the whole thing on fire.
Might have been.
kind of what we did.
have
Is
been.
that not what we did?
There's a possibility that that's what happened.
Yeah,
We
in
don't know.
a perfect world.
Distance. Not a
Not,
problem.
no,
And then we're like, peace out.
yeah.
Well, also, speaking of burning,
Oh god.
Oh,
well,
go on.
we had a pretty difficult combat scenario. And one person in the party tried something for the first time. I believe it was for the first time. And
What is that?
it was watching it back. It was such a difficult, because I had forgotten exactly how everything went down. And it was, Michaela, you were going for, is Burning Hands, right? Is what it's
Yes.
called? You were going for a Burning Hands, and then you got to read through it. You got to explain to Austin how it works on a success, on a fail. It felt like this was going to be something big. We checked exactly how it was going to work, if it would hit anybody in the party, if you could make it only hit these people. You use like the dioramas and everything too.
Yep.
And then you had to roll. We don't really know what that roll is. You and Austin know. What did it feel like after going through all that, seeing a 2?
Whew. Yeah. This was, in that moment in combat, Alis felt like she had her back to the wall. I think actually literally her back was up against the wall. And I think she was missing left and right, and she was like, okay, well, what else can I do? I'm going to try to use one of these spells that I've been learning. And clearly she's had difficulty in the past with her magic and feeling the confidence. And in that moment, I think I was just kind of psyched to be trying to cast a spell. But Austin and I had worked out an additional roll on top of the roll to hit. I forget if there's actually like a hit. I think it's just
saving
throw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
saving throws on my end.
I don't know. I never get to use spells. So,
Oh, damn.
so in that moment, I had kind of forgotten that we did that. And I'm like, oh, right. I need to see if this actually works because her training isn't solid. She doesn't have the field experience. And so when you pitched that idea, I was like, yeah, like, let's do that. That's a really interesting mechanic. And I was so shocked I'm just going to reveal like what it is at this point, because it's basically rolling a D20, and on a 1 or a 2, I cannot cast the spell. And so rolling a 2, I'm like, what are the chances that
the first time we implemented this system?
Yeah. Honestly, when you first pitched that to me, I almost was like, that's too easy. We should make it harder. And so when that happened, I was like, oh, okay. Actually, I take it back.
Sorry.
So to get back to your question, it was both Alis and myself being like, oh, I can't do that. Right. So yeah, it was a little bit of both.
Did it help with anything that was going on with your character in the moment? I know that there were things going on in North Shulk that felt like they would have been difficult for Alis to be dealing with. And then on top of that, not being able to use the magic.
Totally. Being on this wild goose chase with Dalen at the time and just feeling like her world has been turned upside down. She... In that moment, like not being able to cast the spell, it felt like as a player narratively, it felt like a gift to get to do something interesting and get to explore some of the difficulties that she was experiencing at the time. So that's just kind of an example of, sometimes you don't always want the highest roll. Sometimes the more interesting thing is the fail, is the nat 1. So that felt like an example of that for me.
Yeah, the failures help define your character, sometimes more than the successes, because now you have to learn.
Yeah.
I have a question for Drayden. Okay. Not necessarily that there was a failure of a competition, but it was a really interesting one you had. So, the Baron Hilgar conversation, in Drayden's eyes, whenever you had that conversation, did Drayden view that as successful or as a failure of a conversation? And as an addendum to that, what were Drayden's opinions, looking back now, on all of the Barons, sans Yasil, because... you didn't meet Yasil.
I didn't get to meet Yasil.
But you know Meira already. You got a lot of Baron Youngmore, but you also got to meet Atola and Hilgar. So how did you feel about the Hilgar conversation? How do you feel about the Barons, like, individually?
Oh, I thought Hilgar was a success. Well, Drayden, I did too.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. It was a success. It was really good. Because I like how much story can come out of that kind of stuff. And the Barons were fun. There was a lot of there was a lot of fakery with Drayden about how much he may or may not like the Barons, and he had some plans in his own head about how he was going to. Dude, I don't want you guys to think Drayden's super manipulative, but he made it. He really went in on these people are actually really nice, but he was coming up with plans behind the scenes, especially with Youngmore.
Yes.
Especially with Youngmore, just so a bunch of them could fall. He loves Meira.
Yes, he does.
And I love Meira too.
So sad that Drayden didn't get to talk with Meira, which I'm sure will come up later.
Reason, Myra's awesome. He hated Yasil, so it might be a good thing that he never met Yasil, because the dude, he runs his mouth. Not in a way. It's like, this is the truth about you, dude, and I don't like those things. So Drayden was having a grand old time talking with all the Barons, because it comes down to something that I don't know if it always comes off, but Drayden plays a ton within the politics that he had to grow up learning. It's a huge part of his etiquette training is politics, whether or not he's very wise. So he has to be played. He has a lot of wisdom in the game.
Yes.
Like he is a high wisdom character.
High wisdom character.
So he has to be played in a way that the wisdom makes sense, whether or not it seems like he's a wizened person. So I still have to play him with etiquette so that the barons, and you say it a lot while we're in session, it's like, how you seem so stupid. Is that what you often say? But for some reason, this works. But yeah, most of the barons was fun because I love the political intrigue game and I love RP conversations with stakes. Those are my favorite.
I kind of have a follow-up question, kind of similar to that, I guess, where it's like, we kind of did do like a lot of like double agent, triple agent, like taking on a lot and like kind of, pretending to be on one side, but then actually being on the other side. Drayden, I feel like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, he feels like a very kind of honest character, like his good intentions. Was that ever like a struggle for him to like go back and forth between the barons and pretend to be?
I don't know how much of a struggle it was because he was still pretty open with them. When Youngmore said, I need you to go burn down the crops, and he was very against that. He went directly to them and said, this is the plan. We're going to burn down the crops. Can you play along with it too? He was very still open. The main thing that he was holding close to the chest was about what was going to happen with Youngmore.
Right.
That was the big one. To make sure that nobody would find out that he wanted him dead.
Okay, interesting.
So I think part of it is finding the way to stay true to Drayden's honesty.
Yeah.
While getting people on his side. Because he wants them to trust him. Even if they don't like him. He wants them to think he's still gonna do what he says. And
right.
I don't have to like him, but he's gonna do what he says because he has morals and values.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
So he sticks to who he is.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Was there anything else?
No. Continue.
For now.
Continue.
Okay. I want to go on to a little bit of a game show.
Another one.
A little bit of a game show.
Do you have a jingle?
Gonna win.
Because, welcome to our game show. It's the jingle.
The game shows of fate.
Game shows is
Just
fate.
a fate. No way.
Since we have the GM here,
Hi.
the GM is going to be used as our lifeline.
Oh.
So we have,
This is even scary if I don't know the answer.
yeah. So if he
Is it
doesn't know the answer, actually something that I need to do is I need to get up. You guys talk.
He's getting up.
He's standing up. Chat.
Okay.
Chat.
Oh
He's
my
standing up.
gosh.
The
What's
host has
up?
left the show, chat.
Oh my.
We're left to our own devices.
Guys, it's crazy. Did you hear that backstage? Justin was saying that he's gonna leave everything. He's just gonna walk out the door at some point.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
crazy.
gosh. We're going to have to be.
might need that.
Uh-oh.
I might
Oh
need
my.
this. Whoa.
Austin needs it.
I need a pen and paper. Apparently.
We're going to see our real competitive energy come out right now.
Possibly.
Right here,
You've
right now.
been
It's one of those
snarky. Off camera. This boy's been snarky
Who
tonight.
is this guy? He got a new haircut and suddenly he's a different person.
All right, everybody. So we have some questions coming at you guys from Arc 5.
Okay.
You are going to have 2 lifelines. So I'm going to say you might not want to blow them early because you don't know how hard questions might get. There's not going to be a ton of them.
How many questions are there going to be total?
I don't know.
Okay, so we just gotta.
But you know you have 2 lifelines.
Okay.
Are they
Okay.
both phone a friend or is
So
one 50-50?
there's
or-
no
They're
phone a
both
friend.
Austin.
Okay.
There's no phone a friend. But there are 2. One of them is mime for me, baby.
Okay.
Uh,
Do the miming?
One of them is mime for me, baby. So if you want him to answer the question or help you get an answer to the question, then he's going to have to mime it out. If
Charades.
the answer to the question is a number, you cannot just flash the number and you cannot just beat out the number. You can find a way to get them to think of the number. If it's 3, then blind mice, that'll be 3. Something along those lines.
Whoa, okay.
Okay.
We're not using lifeline.
And your next lifeline is draw me like one of those tabaxi. All right.
Leo.
And once again, if it is a number, you can't just write the number, but you are going to kind of Pictionary a situation where people
meow, Jack.
will guess it. And some of them have quite a few answers to them. I believe you guys are going to be able to get some of those.
You never
Is everybody ready? Do
Are we
we
on a
have any
team?
questions? You guys are all on a
You're
team.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be
Great,
working
great.
together. You can
Ooh,
talk
okay,
amongst
okay.
yourselves.
We can do this.
Yeah, definitely speak out loud amongst yourselves. I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Are you
First-
timing us?
Yeah, I'm just going to be looking at my watch.
All right.
Okay, I'll give you like 30, 10.
Okay.
Anxiety.
I don't know if that was
Yep.
okay.
30, 10, 9. Okay.
My anxiety.
Okay, guys. There were 6 types of animals in the menagerie. Name 4.
Snakes,
Weren't there
rhinoceros,
gorillas?
gorilla.
And then once you guys work together, I'm not going to just listen. You guys have to give me a final 4. Say you have it and tell
There
me.
was a bird. Owls. Was there owls?
Oh, there was a bird. I don't think it was. Was it owls?
Snakes,
I thought it was
rhinos,
2
gorillas,
Wait, was there a rodent of some kind?
rats.
Large rats.
Because didn't they
Rats?
go down
Yeah.
the
Rats of
crate
unusual size.
with the, or was
Yeah.
that the snakes?
30 seconds.
Oh,
I know-
see, I
we know
don't.
snakes. We know rhinos. We know gorilla. We need a 4th one.
Were there any cats? Were there any?
No, just me.
No exotic cats.
Oh, right, you asked that. Okay.
I think there were. Well, there was a bird.
15 seconds.
It was.
If you
Let me know
If
when you
wanna
lock
say
in.
owls, we
Go
can do
ahead,
owls.
go ahead.
Okay, let's just
Final
you go.
answer.
You go for it.
What is the 5th? What is 5?
We only need 4.
Well,
I
we
know,
only need
but
4.
I'm just saying, like a backup.
3
sure you'll tell us.
seconds.
Of unusual.
Okay,
size?
just we should
Let me know.
just lock it in.
Tell me you have a lock in.
Lock in.
Okay, give me 4 right now.
Snakes,
Yes.
gorilla,
Yes.
rhinoceros,
Yes.
Owls.
Good job. You have got
What were the other
4.
two?
There were also monkeys
Oh, okay, so I did
on
see
the
that.
sides of the gorilla and rats.
Oh wait, I said
okay.
both of those.
Good job.
Okay. I was like, I think there was rats. Okay, cool.
You
We would
remember?
have got it.
there.
We would have got it. We were there.
Okay, next question. How many passages were there to the chain breakers? And I need you to describe 2 of them.
There were 4. There was the one by the drunken enemy.
Yeah.
There was one in the favela outside of Meira's spot.
There was one by the shed,
There
right?
was
Like
one-
an abandoned
there was
shed
one-
area. We walked through like an abandoned.
There was-
There was one by
One in the well at Hilgar's farm, and then there was one at the barracks.
barracks. Yeah.
I think there were 4. The abandoned one that you might be referring to is maybe near the favela. But I think there were
saw
4,
eyebrows.
Yeah.
and those are all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Lock in, right? Lock in.
Yeah, we'll let you do the
Lock in.
answering. You guys have seen this more than I have.
Lock in. Let me know how many there are, and just describe 2 of them to me.
There are 4. The one inside the barrel or behind the barrels at the drunken enemy. And then there was the well at Hilgar's farm.
Correct.
Was there only 4 though?
There were only 4.
Oh,
It was the cardinal directions.
Was there a shed one? Was there a shed or?
There were in the barracks. Yeah, it was
Oh,
kind
it
of
was
like
the
a
barracks,
rundown
okay, the
shed.
barracks.
And there's
Yeah.
the favela. You might be talking about the favela,
The
one,
favela.
like the shed one from the favela.
Patella favela.
Next question.
Exactly.
What colors were the cores for the bull and the androids? I need to know what color was for the bull specifically, and then what color for the androids. You guys have 60 seconds.
What
Wasn't
color?
the bull like?
He's
Like,
Was it
wait, are
not
we talking
gold?
about the
the actual core that you shot.
wasn't it
Or so it wasn't
green?
gold.
I want to say green, and
I
then it
think that was
changed
green.
colors, and I want to say the androids were blue, and then they turned to red or orange.
This
I
is all
don't
you
remember
guys.
the androids
don't
at
know.
all.
Like,
I think the
that
bull
they
is
were a
green.
specific color until they like turned on.
Do you guys
I
know?
want to say green is right for the bull though, and then I
30
think that when they got
seconds.
activated, they
Should we use
it
the
turned
like
lifeline?
when
red.
it
Yeah.
Should we use a lifeline or no?
We could use a lifeline.
Austin.
It's
been a while, guys.
Seconds. Are we using a lifeline
We did that for one episode.
for
Do we
this?
want to save the lifeline? Because Austin
Yeah,
doesn't
we
seem
should.
sure.
Using
Yeah,
a
let's save it.
lifeline.
Okay.
Austin seems unsure.
We'll save it.
Yeah.
Five
What is our
seconds
answer?
to lock in an answer.
Okay, green and what was the other one? Blue or
Blue?
red? Blue.
Just go-
Blue or red?
I don't know.
Oh,
Blue.
Go for it.
Purple. I don't know.
Lock
Lock
in,
in.
with
Okay.
uncertainty.
Okay, tell me, say bull blank, androids blank.
Okay, bull, green, androids, blue.
That is incorrect. Bull was golden
Okay, I was thinking gold.
and androids were green.
I was
So
like,
you did-
Oh, shoot.
gold.
You
Okay.
did have a
'Cause the
green.
gold
Where I was
medal.
confused, you guys immediately went with blue and green. I was like, I thought the golden bull had a golden heart. That's what I was like. I was like, I could be
too,
wrong
you
about that, but in
know?
my head, I was like, you guys aren't saying it this, so I wasn't clear enough.
No, I said I was like I thought it was gold, but
did you
that
say
the outside was
Oh.
gold. I said it very quietly because I was
Oh.
like I'm doubting
I didn't
myself
hear.
because I
That
haven't
doesn't-
seen it.
Bull
I was
itself was gold.
like I thought it was
So
gold.
if that would
Speak
be
up,
kind
girl.
of confusing.
I remembered
can't
hitting a green
contribute.
thing with my arrow. That's the only reason why I remembered green. Couldn't remember what it was.
All right, next question. What is Yassil's real job, or what was his real job?
Didn't he used to be like he thought he would
Was
wait
he an
was he the
accountant?
fake was he the fake like commander or like general or something like that?
Yes. Well, Commandant is still a. I mean, yeah, we know that he was accused of stolen valor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So maybe the question is asking, like, he held a position in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that?
30 seconds.
Oh, but is there something more
general?
specific?
Should we
A lieutenant? No, he was. I feel like he was a high-ranking, maybe a general.
should we use a lifeline?
15 seconds.
Yes. I'm not
Let's-
confident.
Sure,
I mean,
Let's use a lifeline.
Would you guys like to have Austin mime for me, baby?
Mime for yeah.
That's gonna be
or
hard though.
draw me like one of those tabaxi.
Because miming is going to be hard to identify a position.
Draw.
Should we
What
do
do you
draw
draw?
me like one of your
Draw.
French tabaxis?
Draw like one of
Draw
your
like
French
No French.
kitties.
Once again, I
French
think
Tabasco.
this is right. The gut's telling me this.
Guts to-
Guys,
All
always listen to
right,
your
so I'm going to
stomach.
give you 60 seconds. You can draw so that they can see you drawing, so they can
Oh.
Let him
be
finish.
trying to
Let him
guess.
cook.
Okay?
Oh.
And go.
Oh my gosh. Definitely French tabaxi.
30 seconds.
Hold on. I can't see your hand. Your hand is in the way, Austin.
Same.
Okay, muscle,
That's
a sword.
Hammer.
muscle,
bump.
muscle.
Oh god. Muscle,
Muscle,
bicep,
money.
arms,
Oh,
dealer?
a mercenary.
Arms
Arms
Arms dealer.
mercenary, arms dealer.
He
Arms
is
trade.
or was an arms dealer.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
Yeah.
Draw me like
good.
one of those
That's good.
tabaxi
French
came
Tabasco.
through
Tabaxi.
for you
Tabasco.
guys.
We'll put it up.
Arms
We'll
dealer
put it up.
dictionary as it gets.
That was a good one.
You
That
want-
was-
Wonder
Arms
what I
dealer,
thought
I
that looked
appreciate that.
I thought it looked like the little Chinese crest.
Okay.
What's happening? You are-
It looks like the-
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? The scythe with the
That is Soviet Union.
sickle. Yeah.
A sickle?
Chinese symbol.
Sure, she with her
sickle?
hammer and sickle, man. The Chinese.
Well, no, I
That
mean,
was the
they're
hammer and sickle.
You know, hey.
You know,
All right.
I don't know what to tell you.
The next question. This one could be very easy, I believe.
Don't speak too soon.
I
don't
believe.
put anything past us.
I believe
We
that
will
this
make
one's
it hard.
very easy. What was the name of the person who wrote the letter that we found in the ballroom?
Ripley.
Ripley. Hannah, what do you think?
Are we sure? Wait, I found the letter.
Yeah.
Sure, Ripley. Believe it or not, I don't know.
We locking it in?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Give me
Ripley.
the answer. Ripley?
Yeah.
Ripley is the correct
We got it.
answer.
Dead on.
I was like, I'm
Guys,
pretty sure I found that in the pile of bones. You think I'd remember?
Great
Gosh.
job. You went 4 for 5.
Ooh, all right.
4 for 5. Which
Wait,
is
there's
pretty-
one more question?
Pretty good.
Or is
You
that?
guys missed one.
I know, but
Yeah.
that's all the questions?
That was all the
We didn't
questions.
even get Austin to mime. Can you give us a bonus one so we can have Austin mime?
No, because I knew that if we got to 5 and you knew there were only 5 and you hadn't used mime yet, you force him to do it even if you knew the answer.
Austin to
Thanks, Justin.
mime.
All right, and
Maybe next time.
I can't be having you guys force him to do any kind of miming.
Thank you.
I just want his participation in
Mime
this
for me,
work
baby.
group, okay?
Yeah, you guys didn't use it. I thought you just want to
Next
say it.
time.
I thought you guys
Yeah.
might just want to say mime for me, baby.
Maybe. Yeah.
This one is to Zalaria and Alis. Well, I guess Michaela.
Oh, I know where this is going.
I know.
It's time to talk about it.
No, where
Oh no.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think you know?
We know.
We have an idea.
Watch it be something completely different. Like, what's your favorite food?
So some people were having difficulties with magic. And then you guys
Okay.
got to
It was
no,
different.
Yeah. Come on, let's be real.
no, it was you guys got to have a moment with the illustrious, the beautiful, the wonderful, the owner of the world, Meira Hawthorne. And I guess this is also for you, Austin, just as a group, because you were
'Cause you're Meira.
obviously playing in it too.
I've never heard of her. Never met her.
How dang,
It's true.
how did you guys like the experience? I've had my own experience with
We know.
Meira Hawthorne, and it might be an indelible mark upon my brain for the rest of my life.
Thank you.
How
I think the miming was actually for you. It sounds like.
I would have said mime like Meira, baby, or something. Yeah. How was that experience? I don't necessarily have a specific leading question into what you might have
Right.
felt from Meira, but I can say from my situation when I talked to her, she was very authoritative, but alluring in so many different ways. So it felt like she could destroy you at any moment, but also
Yeah.
that you just still wanted to be in her presence.
I wanted to leave as soon as we went in there, and I think I say that in the episode because I was terrified talking to her.
Yeah, well, it didn't take place in her bedroom, so our conversations were very different, first of all.
It's true.
For me, like, I kind of went in, maybe this is just Zalaria being a little cocky, but I'm like, okay, she's gonna like me, you know? Like, and at first I thought she did, because I was complimenting her decor and everything, complimenting the spiders, and I'm like, oh, I changed into a spider, you know? And then things just went downhill.
I think that some things got a little bit lost in translation as we were
Little
going
bit, yeah.
to chat with her. I think that the reason why we were there in the first place is because we were trying to turn the barons against each other because they didn't like her. That I think you said it at one point in the episode, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though she's also our enemy. So I don't know how that
sure.
really works out. But then we got in there, and the fact that we even made it in there was one thing. But then once we were in there, I realized that I didn't know the information we were actually presenting her, and therein lied the issue. We showed up with a plate of nothing.
Oh, yeah, it was a nothing burger, and I think we tried. I don't even remember exactly what the info was.
The letter. You brought up the letter.
Oh my God, the
You
letter.
said Yasila's not who he says he is.
Oh, shoot. And then we had essentially nothing to back it up with
You didn't
because,
have the
like,
letter even
we
with
didn't
you.
have the letter, and then she did the whole, like, you're gonna get a bounty on your head thing, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. She's a little scary, but I see how she can be alluring. She's kind of like a Black Widow, you know, like so beautiful but so deadly.
So might be my most favorite NPC to play because first off, you three speak of her as though she is a fully realized human being. Like, it's not even Austin's performance, it's just Meira. It is just Meira, which is so funny that all three of you are just like, and her and she, and I'm like, this is great. Yeah, I was GM Austin was floored that this became the plan out of nowhere. And I was like, I did not think we were going to at all see Meira. If you did not see her in the first 2 episodes, I did not think you were going to see her at all in North Shulk. And then you two just like, what if we go talk to her? And you know what? We're going to dangle a carrot in front of her, but she won't bite. Or if she does, she'll be our friend. And talk about walking into a bear cave slathered in honey. You just gave her information
And then you said you weren't going to give it to her. You said like, hey, here's information, but we're not going to give it to you yet. To one of the most powerful women on the continent, who then said to you, if I'm not mistaken, it was, you're not going to? Alis, I'm going to give you one chance to fix Solaria's mistake.
Pretty much.
Which one felt awesome that I got to say that and
Rude.
mean that.
Rude.
And two, implied that you two were so fish out of water that somehow Drayden's interaction with her went significantly better than this one did.
Well, it happened in her bedroom.
Yes!
Yeah, and somehow we all voted against Drayden going to talk to Meira.
I know.
Gotten anything out of
I
her,
know.
maybe.
You know what? In hindsight,
I got to be a paper boy.
You ladies did get a favor.
we thought, yeah, we
It ended up okay.
ended okay.
It's true.
It ended up okay.
But then that also, which might be discussed later on, I don't know if this will be a good segue, it then led to Finnan having to lie even more to Commandant Yasil that, yeah, no one has this letter. Only literally every other Baron before you.
it's like we
Have
had
you guys
to
checked the mail today?
collect all the barons. We had to go
Don't read
talk
the post
to all
tomorrow.
the barons before we left.
Don't check your Twitter feed. It's
Gotta
just
catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Yikes. You know, I just realized Meira kind of reminds me of Miranda from The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh,
That's
really?
the
I wonder
energy,
why.
The scary energy that she
Interesting.
gives me.
I wonder why.
Oh, no.
Maybe I based
feel
it
like
off
I'm
of
an
very
intern.
powerful women in the world and in fiction.
My fashion sense is off.
Oh no, judge me. Well, her
she's
decor,
got-
look at me.
She's super
dressed so
stylish,
well.
has a sleek office,
Oh,
and knows
she
what
is
she's
so
talking
stylish. Oh my god.
It's Miranda. Miranda.
You were hitting on it a little bit,
Yeah.
and talking about the fact that we did go around and we gave all of them the letter, and
Yes,
and we collected every Baron. In Magic the Gathering terms, we call that going wide, right? If you're playing Magic the Gathering, you want a big board, you go wide. You have everything out on your table. As a collective here, looking back on it,
Reflecting, thinking about it.
how do we feel about going as wide as we possibly could have in North Shulk? How do we feel? This isn't just the Barons. The chain breakers? I almost called them chain smokers. The chain breakers?
Shout out to Chainsmokers.
we went as wide as we possibly could. How do we feel about that now that we've finished, now that we've gotten through it, now that we've left? That tells me everything.
Wouldn't change a thing. We were perfect. We made every decision perfectly with the information that we had. So there.
You know what? It's none of our business anymore. We did what we did and we left.
left.
Like, we don't know the
Okay,
repercussions.
as
It's fine.
dude, as players, while we're going
As the
through,
cat
even and maybe it doesn't have to be a reflective thing now, looking back on it, but while we were doing it, it might have felt like we were doing the correct thing or we were following different trails. Maybe I'll reword it in from that perspective and what we did in North Shulk. Is there anything in particular that you can quantify as I learned as a player to approach things in a different manner? Anybody can go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like instinctual justifications don't actually land as like real world justifications. Like there were reasons where we were like, oh yeah, we don't trust Youngmore, so we're gonna turn on him. And then it's like, oh well, we kind of like Hilgar and Atola, so we'll let them in on what's going on. Oh, we don't like Yasil, but we want to figure out what his deal is. Oh, we know that we're scared of Meira, but we want to go talk to her anyways. Like none of the justifications that like we had in the moment really like landed the same way that I think that we expected them to. And so I don't know, to me it just felt like a big ball of yarn. Like it was just a big old tangle, and then we just went, yep, just threw it down.
Would you say, and this kind of comes back to what you were talking about with Yasil and your meeting with Yasil, would you say, from your perspective, we were trying to do everything without an actual reason or impetus that was rooted in fun storytelling? Like we just, I gotta go talk to him and see what happens, instead of I gotta go talk to him because of this thing?
Yeah, it was much more of like, we kind of knew where we stood with the different people, but we still wanted to engage with them regardless, because it was interesting or it was inquisitive, like to go and like I said, like to go and meet Yasil. I was curious about meeting him, even though we heard all of these terrible things about him. I think that we all kind of came to the conclusion, at least to some degree, that like that we were on the side of the Chainbreakers. But even knowing that, we didn't commit to the Chainbreakers. Like, we kind of left them to their own devices. We really left this place to burn.
And that's the real
Hilgar's the only
reflection.
person I really felt like I was like, okay, dude, we shared wheat together. Like
We shared wheat.
Everything burns.
Wheat together.
Can I comment on something by the way?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you guys didn't do a deep dive into Hilgar at all. He's just as bad as the other barons. You just didn't ever
No.
ask about anything.
No.
I shared straw with him.
You did.
I'm good.
You did share straw with him.
That's all I needed.
It's true.
You know what? I go back to my statement. Let's just burn North Shulk to the ground.
Oh, well, there's a lot of
Think about the
people that
people.
were just having a life
We'll
there.
evacuate them and
Professor
then we'll
Ballard
burn it
was
to the
cool.
ground.
Ballad seemed like he had a good heart,
Ballad?
and we didn't really
Was it
we
Ballad or
didn't
Ballad?
really engage with him hardly at all.
I
You spoke with him twice.
I think that it was definitely interesting. Yeah, at the end when we were just talking to all the barons, that was crazy. It was interesting seeing this all the political threads unfold / get more tangled as we talked to each baron and each person in the city trying to figure. And then there was the whole thing with the colleges and the like embezzlement there. So I just think it's so funny that by the end of the arc, I think pretty much the whole time at any given point we're like, what is the way that we can make this the most difficult thing for ourselves?
Yeah.
At
And
every
me.
turn.
I had
You set it
so
up.
many
You set it up.
endings to the North Shulk. I didn't have literally everybody getting center point. I had no. How could I have foreseen anything you four were gonna do about? Hey, you know this thing? We've been talking with this guy and this guy. We'll probably side with them. And then the last 2 episodes, actually, everybody get in here. Oh, great. Sick.
We even had a solid workflow of forging letters where we were
Yes.
just like, you're dumping
Set up an
coffee on
assembly
it,
line.
and I are working on the letters.
You set up an assembly line.
What a thought.
We started a newspaper.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You went into circulation. You went into print.
I don't know. May the best team win.
And we're on our own team. We were on our own team.
Battle Royale, I guess.
And then dip. And then we just leave.
Yeah, and yeah, it's fine. We'll deal with that later if we ever come across it.
Heroes.
Yeah.
Heroes.
We just exist in the world. We don't have to
Real.
necessarily be heroes.
We don't have to put a label.
So true.
Or
Yeah.
villains. We're just
Yeah,
living.
you've told us
Yeah.
multiple times we don't have to save everyone.
It's true.
Yeah, well, this is an
We
instance
didn't
where we
help
tried
anyone
for
in
some.
this.
I say, y'all tried and you
Yeah.
royally screwed up.
Yeah, I think the you don't have to save everyone conversation came up because of this. Actually,
We still don't know what's happening there.
That's true.
Which is crazy.
And it's none of our business.
it's a lot of our business. We're just pretending like it's not.
It's pretty relevant to the world,
We're
actually.
in
Out of sight, out of
denial.
mind.
Object permanence. What is that?
Did you guys have any more questions for me? By the way, we've done a few earlier on, but
Were you, when it came to the automaton fight, that was easily the closest to death any character has gotten in the entire campaign so far. How did that settle with you, being the, like, to some degree we are the creators of our characters, and in that, like, we want our characters to win, whatever that means. So, like, how did it feel for you that there literally could have been a moment where the chapter could have been closed on Drayden, when I know that you had so many things planned for him? Like, how did that land with you?
Good
Because,
question.
we didn't anticipate this massive fire attack coming from the automaton.
Mhm.
Just back to your, making the fights more complicated. I'm terrified every single fight because he just pulls out new things halfway through, like reflecting spells or, giant fire attacks that seem to get at least 2 of us every single time.
Yeah, it worked
So
out pretty great.
How did that feel for you, doing multiple death saving throws? I had my own system and reasonings for why I wasn't able to heal you, right? Because I have my own light and dark things that I'm dealing with. Like, how did that land for you?
it would suck to lose Drayden and have to roll another character.
Yeah.
Because I've worked on him so much. I really like Drayden a lot. He's a character that I put a lot of like ideas and ideals of my own into so that I can explore those in this fantasy setting. But one of those ideals that I love about him is in any given situation, if he can disengage and sprint between a big attack and one of you guys, he will. So I have to always have in the back of my mind that at any moment, Drayden's just going to die because he would much rather sacrifice himself for all of you guys. And then I would just roll a new character. Because it's just what he would do. I have to be okay with the fact that if I'm going to play Drayden properly, then every fight is a possibility of Drayden dying forever. He's supposed to run a lot more. If we're talking about how you play Dungeons and Dragons and min-maxing your character and playing the character the way they're supposed to be played, I'm supposed to move. I'm supposed to go in, attack, run away. I'm supposed to disengage all the time. But I was talking about the etiquette before. He learned from his little brother exactly how fights go, and you have to support people in their strongest abilities. And he knows that him being between anyone, he can take more hits than everybody else, and he can uplift other people in the party by standing next to the enemy. So instead of running, he just has to do what he has to do. So it would suck to lose Drayden, but the only proper way to play Drayden is to put him in a position where he is always at the behest of whether or not Austin's demons and baddies are smart enough to just hit Drayden after he's down.
Yep. And might I say, I commend you, because oftentimes the excuse of this is what my character would do can be used in a negative way of like, oh, my character would steal from other PCs. Oh, my character would do XYZ. But in this case, it is my character would put himself on the line of like, yes, it's inconvenient. Sure, it's not the idea like there's supposed to the way to play a character. I appreciate that you do not subscribe to that. And the fact that you were like, you know what? So what if it's not how he's supposed to be played? It's who he is. No one's supposed to be anything. That's how a human being is. So I just want to give you high regards and high commendations on that.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
He's a fun dude. I really like him.
Yeah, he's great.
I have another question with regard to combat, because a theme that has come up multiple times with Drayden when we are in combat is that he will go out of his way to save people that we are in active combat with. We saw that in the menagerie. There was a moment in the mines before we got to the bull where we went in and we were fighting the guards. I think one of the guards ended up escaping, but I think we killed a couple of other guards. And Drayden has, from the very first fight that we had down in Summit Stadium at the auction, that there is this internal kind of like push and pull and you want to save people. So I guess I just wanted to hear you talk about that a little bit more, how that affects also how you RP like in combat and how that weighs on Drayden after the fact.
Drayden grew up, without putting too much backstory and stuff into it, Drayden grew up only around soldiers that his father was teaching to go to war. And these dudes were just sons. They were fathers. They were brothers. And Drayden was part of that too. So a lot of times when it's people that are guarding the mines or they're guarding the animals at the menagerie, they're getting a stipend from somebody that I don't think necessarily know is bad. They just know this is how North Shulk runs. And then they go home and hopefully they have enough money to get a chicken for their kids and bread. So Drayden sees them as him and every soldier that he watched growing up instead of a bad person in front of him, because his dad goes to war, his brother goes to war, his other brother helps with all of the ideas on how we're going to kill the enemy the best. But he sees how much those people mean to him and how much they mean to everyone around them. Not necessarily. This is a lot of fantasy is is difficult. I think war is very different in fantasy, especially middle-aged fantasy, than it is for us. And I love all my friends who are in the Marines and the Army, and they've told me stuff that they've had to do, and that does not shade my viewpoint of them. So Drayden, if he doesn't think that somebody has malice in their heart, they're just doing a job essentially, and they're trying to feed their family, he would much rather save them, and he would much rather knock them out and allow them, maybe talk with them, allow them to have another day to think, than just to be like, oh, you're an NPC that I'm supposed to kill because you're a bad guy. That's another thing that I have to play Drayden with those thoughts. Like that's a big part of who he is. So he has to try to save them. And it does put me in bad situations.
Yes, it does, but it's also
Good.
creates some incredible character moments, like whenever you let the guy go in the menagerie fight.
He
Yeah.
said, and I quote, "Run, they will kill you."
They will kill you.
Yes. But
But
yeah,
have
that's
some
it.
balance in the party.
Oh, that was dark.
What?
We'll have to have some balance in the party. You'll let him go. I won't.
What? I don't know.
You're good.
Did anybody else have any for me? I pontificated too long about Drayden and his
All good.
quirks. But that's it.
That's it.
I think that'll probably bring us to a close on this one. I appreciate you guys for having questions for me too. It's nice to talk about Drayden a little bit. He's cool. I hope you guys got to have some nice moments for the people to hear about your thoughts when it comes to Arc 5. But y'all, thank you so much for joining us, learning more about the people, more about our characters, our thoughts on the arcs as they go. We have more coming for you in the future. Make sure to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on all the socials when it comes to TikTok, Instagram, all that. The Patreon's going up too. We have everything. Check us out. Keep following us. We're bringing you all the content that we can. We hope you guys have a great afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.